Dan Illman, Mike Beer, Grade 1 action on the Bluegrass undercard. This race, the Ashland for 3-year-old fillies prepping for the Kentucky Oaks. It's carded as race number 9. It's got a purse of $500,000, and let's take a look at the field at 1 1/16 on the dirt. Morning line favorite, the late running, long striding number 6, Daddy's Little Darling at 5-2. She was second in the Grade 1 Alcibiades last year, 4th in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. I thought she ran well both times. Does her lack of early speed get her in a little bit of trouble?
Yeah, of course it does, especially when you're talking about a morning line favorite in a Grade 1 race who really has no edge on this field. As a matter of fact, not only does she have no edge, she's not even close to the fastest horse in this race. She could win. If she catches the right setup, I suspect she'll come running at the end. I would never bet her at a short price in this race.
Now let's take that even running line last time out with several grains of salt. I think Kenny McPeak wanted to get a 2-turn prep into her. Gulfstream, they got the 1-turn mile. Maybe didn't want to go 2 turns over that speed-friendly track. So we ran her on turf from the Florida Oaks, and that's probably not going to be her surface turf, although she does certainly have that pedigree. The Golden Rod 2 starts back is probably more the race that you want to judge her off of. That race produced 4 next out winners, including Farrell, who, with Unique Bella on the sidelines, could be the queen of the 3-year-old filly set. She won 2 Grade 2s in a row after taking the Golden Rod at the fairground. 84-86 buyer, but she needs pace help up front.
Yeah, she's just going to need to catch a setup, and we'll see if she catches one in here. Again, she'll be running at the end of this race. It's just a question of, what do you think the right price is on her, and do you get it?
Number 3, Pretty City Dancer, dead heated for the win in the Grade 1 spin-away last summer at Saratoga, going 7 furlongs. Had a little physical problem after that race. Mark Casse was forced to back off. In the forward gal, her first start off the long layoff, perfectly fine. She only got beat a half length, solid enough 79 buyer speed figure. They put blinks on for the Devona Dale last time, and maybe she just didn't react to it, or at least that's the excuse I think you're hoping for if you're a Pretty City Dancer fan.
True enough, they're taking those blinkers right back off, and so we'll see, what you get. Maybe you'll get a better performance this time, but I mean, she really is going to have to step forward to win this race, and I think you still have to be worried about, whether or not she's a 2-turn route horse or not. She has to prove that on the racetrack, and it's not like she's going to be some kind of great price in this race. I still think there's a chance she gets a lot better as time goes on as a 3-year-old, but she's got to prove it, and I wouldn't take a short price on it.
This will be her first start around 2 turns, but she's obviously kept strong company. That Tequilita, who beat her in the forward gal, is an underrated horse.
Yeah,
she came back to run a solid second in the Gulfstream Park Oaks last week with an 82 buyer speed figure. The 5 is Summer Luck. Like Pretty City Dancer, trained by Mark Casse. I liked what she did in the Devona Dale last time out. That was a race that you kind of wanted to be close to the pace. Summer Luck was taken back down inside. She had to be held up just a bit on the far turn. She came running at the end like a filly that'll appreciate this extra distance. Jordan's Henny, the runner-up, came back to run a bang-up 3rd in the Gulfstream Oaks last week with a 79. I'm just not sure Summer Luck's as good as some of the major contenders in the Ashland, but she's not without a shot.
I agree with all that stuff. I mean, I think her last race is probably the best one that she's ever run.
Agreed.
I just don't like that race all that much to Devona. I don't think it's a very good field, but she ran well in there. Now she's got to stretch out again and go 2 turns. To me, she hasn't really run a race yet on the track that gets me that interested in her, but we'll see what happens.
Generally, Hollendorfer comes east with the number 8 Tapped. Winner on dirt, 2 starts back, but over muddy dirt at Santa Anita. Last time out, they ran her in the Cal Oaks over the Tapeta surface, and she got beat as the 2-5 favorite. Maybe dirt's what she wants, and we know she can be forward. I don't think distance will be an issue with this one.
I don't think so either. I think she's a little bit interesting as an alternative to the horse who I think we're both going to land on in here. She won on a muddy track 2 starts back, but she also broke her maiden over fast, but I do think she's a dirt horse. Her 2 Golden Gate races, there are no excuses for her in those races, but they're synthetic races. Maybe she just doesn't like it. I think she's a better dirt horse. I think she's a little interesting in here.
Like the 6 Daddy's Little Darling, the 7 Sailors Valentine's going to go turf to dirt in her second start, off a little bit of a layoff. She just missed last time out on the turf. And at least it was nice to see that this distance shouldn't be a problem. Yeah,
right. You saw her get at least a little bit of a distance of ground last time. And she did break her maiden over this racetrack. If that floats your boat, I'm not sure what it really means in the grand scheme of things. She's another one. That race was on turf last time. She has to show that she can run faster on dirt.
The 4 Meanie Irene stretches out, chips in from Southern California for Richard Baltus. I wouldn't be surprised if she's a forward factor in here, but I think there are some class and distance questions that she has to address.
I think those things are all true. It's interesting that they shipped her over here for this race, though. It's showing a lot of confidence in her, but she's going to have to improve.
Someday Soon got an easy lead, 2 starts back and winning a 1X at Oaklawn Park. The pace a lot faster last time out in the Honeybee, and she couldn't keep up late.
Yeah, she paid the price in that one. I'd be surprised if she could wire this field.
Let's take a look at the Timeform U.S. pace projector for the Grade 1 Ashland. They don't have Someday Soon, the one on the lead. They do have the number 8, Tapped, who we expect to be close.
Yeah.
And somewhat surprisingly, at least for me, the 2, Elate, who was a pace presser winner of her career debut and her only start as a 2-year-old, but she's shown the willingness to sit in starts 2 and 3. And while she was beaten in both of those races as the favorite, I don't think they were the unmitigated disasters that a lot of folks think they were.
I agree. I think a lot of people wanted to see her back up that big debut. I mean, she didn't do it in either of her last 2 starts, but I think you're right. She didn't run as poorly maybe as some people think she did, especially the last one. I mean, the Honeybee, she got off to a terrible start in that race. She got bumped all the way back to last and just outrun. She actually did really well to get 3rd in there. I thought she won't be that far away this time. I'm with you. I don't think Ortiz is going to send her, but I think she's going to be right up close in this race. I am giving her a chance to rebound her. I think she's a good horse.
Let's take a look at our top selections. We're both going to go back to Elate, and I think 7-2 on the morning line is very, very fair. I'm not sure we get it, but maybe we get 5-2, and you could argue that's a fair price.
Yeah, listen, I'm taking the 7-2 all day long. If she's 3-1, I'm betting her anyway.
Elate showed a lot of talent and ability to earn that 88 buyer in her debut, and then it's been sort of a learning curve with each start. That Suncoast, a very fast pace, and she was on the chase in her first time around 2 turns. The Honeybee, traffic issues, a lot of things to learn from that start. I'm hoping that she can put it all together. You do as well. I'm going to go 2-3-5. Mike's going with the 2, Elate, in the Grade 1 Ashland. Race number 9 at Keeneland on Bluegrass Saturday is an approximate post of 5:40 Eastern. Good luck.